This is Rob Lucas, ODPA, Old Dog Physician Assistant. So after a lot of years in plastic surgery and doing a lot of teaching with students, mostly in the clinical rotations, in recent years from Truro, but also from Western, Cornell, Quinnipiac, MCHCS, or what it's called, USC. So done a lot of teaching, suture technique, and I've always, coming from the Cornell program where we got to do a lot, I've always made my students get in there. And I'm very opinionated about lots of things. So there's my way, and then there's every other way that's wrong. Joking. There's more of one right way to do things. But in surgery, after you figure out how to scrub and how to gown and glove and work your way around in the operating room, the proper etiquette, if you're asked to suture, you gotta, if you grab the instruments incorrectly and you're not holding them properly, you're gonna suffer long term, because for one thing, no one will let you do anything because they look at the way you grasp a forceps and you grasp it like this. You say, okay, I'm gonna start working with this forceps. But nobody holds a forceps that way. Everybody holds it like a pencil. Same thing with a needle holder. Smaller hand people frequently will be inside the rings of the needle holder, and they'll stay in the rings for the entire thing. People that want more maneuverability, sometimes have to sew from an awkward position, need more versatility, we palm the needle holder. And it takes a little practice to get used to this, on how to release and click closed an instrument that's in your palm where you don't have your fingers through the ring. Generally, to unclick it, you're pulling with your into everything but your thumb against the thenar eminence. The only thing touching the side of the instrument is the thenar eminence. So you pull in with your fingertips while you push with your thenar eminence, and you unclick it. And it's a slight rotation to click it closed. So it's a little bit faster because you can suture and you could literally loop and roll it around. Whereas if you're stuck in the instrument's rings, you're limited in flexibility to about 180 degrees of rotation, whereas a palmed instrument you can rotate it 100 or 360 degrees. So it's a better way to hold an instrument. So the forceps hand, your non-dominant hand, like a pencil. And then if you look close at this one, you'll see that there's a little tying platform. I guess it's coming into focus. There's the tips. This is called a rat tooth adson. It's a 1x2 adson. For the points, there's 2 points on one side and 1 point on the other side that mesh together perfectly. But back from there, there's a flat metal, slightly rough surface for grasping a needle. And when you're grasping on a needle, it's faster to grasp if you have that little tying platform there. And the proper position for holding a needle in your needle holder is with 1/3 of the needle behind you and 2/3 in front. And you try to avoid grasping it right on it's called the swedge. It's where it goes from metal to the thread. That area, the thread goes in the metal for a certain distance, then they pinch the steel down on it to grasp on. If you grasp that and you change it from round shape to flattened, maybe it's going to let go of the suture and you're going to ruin the suture. So you can't grasp it any further back than 1/3 of the way towards the tip. So we're going to start sewing on some tissue in a minute.